Getting bored of all the electric SUVs that are getting increasingly hard to tell apart?
Well, I have the cure, and it's this, the Škoda Vision O.
Okay, so this is just a concept, but it moves, so I'm counting it as a drive. Pure electric, no idea what batteries it has under there, and performance is of the walking pace variety. But my goodness, does it look good.
And it's a bit more funky than you think. Now this is a new Škoda design language called Modern Solid, which I quite like because it's not too pretentious and it goes some way to describe what's actually going on. Now Škoda says that the Vision O has what's called a tech loop face with cyber lights, and though I suspect cyber lights are in fact just lights. But apparently cyber lights do pop out. You can though see the loop part, and I like it because I think it's elegant and it's Škoda embracing the electric part of the cycle and not just slapping a blanked off grille on a car that used to have an engine. And even though this is a traditional estate car shape, which incidentally Škoda is really rather good at, this car is full of loads of really lovely subtle detail that looks quite blocky and nice. I particularly like these kind of squared off wheel arches that are formed into the wings, these vents on the top of the bonnet. Even the rear view mirrors are a lovely kind of sculpted shape. There's detail on the side skirts, normal sized aero wheels with proper tyres, and I even like the bicolour roof that makes it look lower than it is, although I have seen this sort of shark's fin element on other cars before.
The rear is an echo of the front. You can see the shape here with the lights in a kind of T shape. The Škoda logo is cleaned up and illuminated, and everything's got that concept car vibe of being frameless and crisp. Something you don't get in a production car that needs proper bumpers and ways of bolting things to other things. But there's an honesty here that feels quite real. It's not a sci-fi bubble with an inflatable steering wheel and panels made from uranium and designer dreams like some concepts. And if you want Ginny's opinion on this one, go and check out her walkaround video from when the car was launched.
I'm just going to come out and say it, the Vision O does have very Volvo / Polestar vibes, and yes, the suicide rear doors and this pillarless gap is very concept car. But once you get in here, it's got that kind of Scandi, serene warmth to it. There are a few things that you notice immediately. On the top of the dash there's this thing called a horizon bend display, which has lots of information for the driver this side and then some stuff that the passenger can play with on that side, and that can all be controlled through the app. And then there's this central portrait sort of screen that's basically the controls for the car, but it's not too overwhelming, it's not massive, not like a big widescreen thing. And then there's this steering wheel, which is kind of an oval shape with rotary controls on the inside of a load of buttons. That doesn't feel too far past production. You could actually see this being on a real car. And then the rest is kind of a nice mix of concept car and reality. So there's storage, there's physical controls, there's a little rotary control here that controls the touchscreen, even a couple of wireless phone chargers. It feels like some of this stuff could really appear on a normal car. Okay, some of it is a bit sci-fi, like you see these headrests, they're made of a mono material, but they're actually quite useful because they let a lot of light into the back of the car, though I don't think we'll see them on production. This car has also got the world's largest glass sunroof, which will do no good for my bald head.
It's full of sustainable and recycled materials, mono materials that are easy to recycle for instance, and these seats are 100% recycled polyester, which sounds desperately awful for a new shirt, but great for a car seat. There's recycled 70% plant-based and hard-wearing ultra suede with a mica pigment that makes it sort of subtly shift colour, and those 3D printed headrests are made of a bouncy plastic web called Ultrasint that's 100% recyclable with zero waste in production. Interestingly, even the name is related to recycling. Vision O comes from the concept of circularity and reuse, which is nice.
The thing is, we've not seen this interior in full as yet, and actually it's come out really well. So what Škoda's doing, it feels like it's becoming more mature. It's getting some more style, a little bit more elegance into its design language, and all of this stuff, although it feels influenced by other car manufacturers, it feels like it's got Škoda's own kind of stamp on it. Everything feels very linear, very smooth, very clean and quite crisp. It's been pared back. And for me, having a car that makes you feel a bit more serene when you get in it is absolutely key. I don't want to get in my car and get all hyped up. I want to relax and I want to just be able to move through the world with a little bit more serenity, and this is giving me those vibes. All of the lighting is kind of recessed behind the 3D sets in the door cards. All the materials are sort of soft or textured, so you get all this good stuff without any of the kind of anger that some cars give you. It's not dark, it's got good vision, there's loads of light. It's like walking into a really nice apartment where there's loads of natural light and it makes you feel happy.
Oh, and everything gets a Laura, the Vision O's AI assistant, who can sort routes and charging stops, take notes, or even read you a story, which I'm not sure I need, but hey ho, AI innit?
And yes, it does have plenty of room in the back. In fact, it's a bit like a sun lounger, because this roof really is all glass. All of it is glass. I feel like under a microscope.
Laura and the app can also engage the loading assistant, which, if the 650 litre boot isn't big enough, will automatically prep the car for big loads. But I'm really taken with the thoughtfulness. Look, little storage drawers for cables. Although they need to be a bit bigger. Imagine being able to perfectly coil your cable like that on a rainy charge point in the UK. It'd be like a magic trick.
Now, this is very obviously just a concept car, but we are allowed to drive it very slowly around the block, which makes it feel like I'm driving a spaceship. See that? That's bioadaptive lighting, which actually works out what it thinks you're feeling and tries to create a serene atmosphere. Good luck with that at 5:30 on a Friday on the M25. Some of the ideas for this thing are just cute. Now, Skodas, as a rule, already come with an umbrella in the door and an ice scraper in the petrol flap. But the Vision O comes with a Bluetooth speaker with wireless charging in the back, so you can take your tunes with you. It also has photochromic glass all the way round, sunroof, back windows, everything. So you can tint this car completely for extra privacy just when you need it. And of course, a car like this has a lot of gear when it comes to autonomous driving. So this car can basically drive itself unless there's a pressing need for human intervention. That'll be one of the things that creates a calming atmosphere when you get a production Vision O. And there's also a thing called Tranquil mode, which will adjust the seating, the air conditioning, the music, the lighting to try and create a serene atmosphere and put you in the best possible mindset for dealing with heavy traffic. Saying that though, when you're in a Vision O, it's got this lovely, airy, kind of relaxed feel. Everything feels very open, mainly because of that massive sunroof and these big windows. But it's also got that kind of calm, luxurious, serene, chilled feel that you want from a car that you're going to have to drive a long distance. This feels like Skoda being more mature, more grown up, and a very kind of exciting electric future. I love it.
So that's it. A genuine request to just build an electric Octavia or superb estate just like this. But in the meantime, if you need a new or new to you electric car, Electrifying.com has actually created a marketplace where you can check out reviews and work out all the good stuff like reliability and battery warranties. Sounds boring until you need to buy. So check it out by scanning the QR code or looking it up online. Oh, and like and subscribe if you can.
That's the thing about concept cars. They're a manufacturer's way of introducing new ideas and leading us in a particular direction. And if the reception is one of complete horror, well, they can abandon it and go in a completely different direction. But the Vision O feels closer than most. For me, the idea of luxury is not about bigger screens and more buttons and different clashing materials. It's about serenity and calmness. And this Vision O has strong vibes of that. So come on, Skoda, build this. Just like it is, please.